Here we are back at it again with another Ethereum market update. Today is Monday, October 6th, 2025. We just started the day, and it's a really happy day because I believe Bitcoin just had its highest weekly close um, since, I mean, how many weeks is it? This is 2 months in the past, like 3 months. So we just had a new highest weekly close. So I'm more looking at Bitcoin right now than Ethereum, and I think that a lot of people are looking at Bitcoin right now instead of Ethereum. I actually don't know if this is gonna play out anymore. This boosting up to test the highs here. I think whenever Bitcoin breaks out, Ethereum tends to kind of chill, and the altcoins tend to like not do as much. Just from at least the past a few years or so. Um, but so the thing to look for here is, and we also actually hit another high, which is great. But we hit a high here, and we went all the way back down to the 108s. So I'm going to talk about Bitcoin more today. What we're looking for is the bears in this week would want to close back down here at 1933. But to be completely honest, I think we could come all the way down here and retest this and bounce back up, right? I believe that this is a double bottom pattern in the daily frame, something like that. Yeah, so we have a double bottom pattern here that broke out. So if we come back down here to retest the top of this, that would be a normal thing and would still be bullish, right? Um, Now, I think that it's also possible that we just break out here and we actually send it right now, which would be, fantastic. Um, but yeah, so just I think the main thing is just to be on the lookout. This weekly frame has um, the most significance in my opinion. So just look for, like we just had this weekly close above here. So now we want to continue the trend, continue pushing higher. If we go down, I feel like I would be worried if we close around these levels again, or at least below these levels, at the 18s. Like we may touch these levels, but we want to not have a weekly close back down here because it almost invalidates this weekly close up here. Um, so that's like what I'm on the lookout for. And I also wanted to show a funny thing with my trades. So over the weekend, we had a bullish candle right here, right? We pushed and hit all higher highs, and that's what happened with Bitcoin as well. We hit higher highs, um, and I had a sell limit at 20, right? It almost feels like it should have filled, like at 46.20. I'll just go ahead and show it. It's so, like, come on now. Look at this. Just barely missed my limit. Just barely missed my limit, and now we're, 2%, back down. Um, funny, funny. But to be honest, I think that we're still probably actually going to come back, and we'll hit it. We're in like some sort of ascending channel thing, right? We're making higher lows here and higher highs, and there wasn't a lot of volume in this candle because I mean it was the weekend. So I think that we're likely to come back up here, and my limit's gonna get hit, but it's just like what a snipe this would have been had this hit. Um, so so yeah, currently up about 4-ish%, more like 3.5% and very happy with the trade. It's up $230 right now. When it's up here, it's up about like $300. And yeah, so my plan is to take out around here. I think we're going to trade in this range. We may even come all the way up to um, um, for, this high up here. So 4750, which I'll go ahead and put that in there. Put 40 just for good measure, and I'd be okay giving another good bit of my position. It'll actually go, I just like these round numbers, So 47, 40. So yeah, so if it comes up here, that's when I would sell even more. And then obviously I think I have it's not there, but a TP all up here at 4,900 is where I'll get out of my entire position. Yeah, so that's the plan for the trades. If we go back down to test the 4-hour EMA, then I would like to buy there. So let me check and see where it is again. Says 43.55. So let me see where my limit is. My limit is at 43.56. Okay, yeah. So yeah, my plan is to go ahead and buy down here, especially once this gets hit. I'll probably increase the size of that limit order. And so yeah, that's what's going on with my trades. By the way, I'm a swing trader, so it's very long term. I like it this way because, I'm able to do, other things, right? Able to record these videos, edit these videos, do my, day job, without having to like really stare at the screen for, for hours. Like I don't really have to be there in the moment, for these, these 5-minute, candles or anything like that. I stay out here in the 4-hour, and the only time I look at the smaller time frame stuff is to see if there's any. It's for stuff like this, right? I was like looking at the smaller time frame to see what was happening with the price here. It's like, okay, wait, we tested, we retouched, then we broke, and you can see all this volume. But then you can go into the smaller frames to really see, what's happening with the price at those times, and you'll get a better idea of the volume and everything that's happening. So, so yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the updates. If you're wondering what I mean by that, what I just said with the thing is that you could, you see these highs, you can see the volume. Obviously, there was this, right? It pushed past again, and you can see the volume increasing. And right, this was the next leg up that happened that was pushing through that 4-hour EMA. You can see the volume going along with it. And so this marked a really important breakthrough. And so we can see that this is the main flag to be looking for. And lo and behold, right, this volume right here was the one that tried to break below that level, and it didn't. And so that's what really marked us breaking through and being above the 4-hour moving average. So like that's the only time I would look at smaller frames, like the 15-minute frame, and things like that. But yeah, anyways, that's all I have for today. I hope that your guys' trades are going well. And if you like this kind of content, feel free to subscribe. And, if you have any questions or, want to say anything, you can always leave a comment. Happy trading, everybody.